Okay. I think we're actually pretty good here. Okay, cool. All right, so I've got a weird gate on the mic, and it's kind of freaking me out to hear it. So give me a second to just lower it a bit and maybe decrease its attack. Or maybe I'll just remove it and we'll just deal with the background noise. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get started. Hey, everyone. Can you hear me clearly and stuff? And also, can you hear this, and is it not absurdly loud? I mean, loud is fine. Thank you. Okay, cool. Thanks. I appreciate that. I just have started so many streams now without being able to be heard. Okay, so I was thinking I would at least start off by just trying to maybe make some presets I like, because I am working on a cover of Intro by the XX, and it's almost done, but I realized I used almost entirely sample engines from XY, so I need to spend a bit more time actually, getting better at the engines themselves. Sorry, I'm going to be drinking like coffee and stuff here. So let's see. I like the Axis engine quite a bit, so I'm going to mess with this a bit and let's see if we can get a good like bass sound maybe. Yes, the sample presets sound amazing, but it also feels like cheating to do a cover song with just samples and not the engines. I don't know. Maybe that's a weird ego thing. Let me actually turn off the velocity sensitivity here because that's messing with me a bit. Or in system settings, I'll just turn it all off, right, at least for right now, while I'm doing sound design stuff. So that's more like a string sound, isn't it? That almost sounds like an organ or something. I feel like anytime I like sit down and start playing notes, I'm either going to be playing in C minor or C sharp minor or A major. I don't know why. Those are like the three keys I've been like really gravitating toward. Okay, so let's see what else we could do here. Let's actually just scramble this one. Let's scramble it a few times. That's interesting. I don't like the portamento on it, so I'm going to take that off. That sounds very interesting to me. What if I want to make that high bit of it a little bit more subtle. And let's see if we can mess with that envelope a bit, make the amplitude a bit louder. So then what's happening with the filter? I still don't fully understand filter envelopes. And let's add a bit of tremolo. Okay, cool. So I'm going to turn off the metronome sound then. I actually like this. I'll just go ahead and save this for now. Yeah, let's give that a try. What if I raise this an octave, or lower it an octave? Let's make it dry. let's just load up a one shot. Maybe something I've loaded from from my own little collection. It would be real awful if I accidentally played a few, you know, copyrighted Native Instrument samples here. Oh no. Anyway, not that anybody cares. You know, you can sample and rip off anything if you want. Not legally, but you know, you can. Oops. I wasn't planning on answering questions, but I'm just like feeling like hanging out right now. So one of y'all just said that you can't figure it out how to use 4 tracks of the 8 to sequence external stuff without hearing the internal engines. So this is different than OPZ. I don't know if you've actually used OPZ, but on OPZ I would have to like basically load a silent sample. They've made it a bit easier here. So if I want to make track 5 a MIDI track, I can just hold Shift and 1, and that's going to pull up my little list of engines, and then I'm going to select external. And at this point, it's not going to trigger any of the internal engines. It's only going to be sending MIDI out. And you can change the CCs that it controls. You've got 2 pages of 4, and then you've got an LFO, but I haven't been able to get the LFO to actually work. So it's a little bit different, but it's easier. But the one thing you're going to have to worry about is if you have a linked track. Which track was I just playing? 7. Okay, so if you have a linked track, if you hold down I'm going to hold down track 5 and hit 7. So now these are linked. And as a result, anything I sequence here is also going to play track 7. So that's just a thing that can happen if you link them. But I think that's a really helpful function, actually, because you're able to layer things much easier. I really don't like this song right now. Sorry. Man, I don't know what's with my throat, but I really don't like this song right now, so let's actually just keep exploring for more presets. I like the dissolve engine. Let's make a plucky sound. Let's make the envelope modulate. Which one was that? I guess the second parameter? Yeah. So let's have the envelope modulate. Man, it is hard to see. I'm like further back than I would like to be from the device, just that way it can be on the camera easily. So let me pull up my preview screen to actually read it. Oh, and I can't. Cool. Hope it's not super whited out like that for you guys, but I can't imagine but think that it must be. And this is just whatever. Okay, that's good enough for me. So let's, what was I saying? I was saying I was going to use the envelope to modulate the first, what was it, the second parameter? I'm going to make the envelope even snappier. I wish you could choose if it's which envelope it is. I don't know why you can't. Is this sending to... Oh, yeah, okay. There's this melody I've been working on for forever, and I haven't quite found the thing to fit it yet, so maybe today I'll try it. Let's see if I can even play that melody right now. It's a bit loud, and maybe a bit harsh, so let's actually... Oh, and then maybe I need to change the filter envelope. Is that how that works? I really need to read the guide about the filter envelope. I don't know why it's so confusing to me. It wasn't this confusing any other time I've used one. Okay, so let's see. We gotta turn this back on, though. I'm going to have to dub one back in there. Let's hope I can remember which note it is. Yes. Okay, cool. All right. So one question is what SH means on the metronome. So this is actually one of the like real wild things here. Let's actually pull up a hi-hat track because I think it's going to be easiest to hear on that. I'm just going to go back here and I'm just going to do my good old velocity trick thing. And that's still too loud, so let's go and apply a filter, I guess, to that melody track here. Increase the filter. Oh boy, that sounds awful with that hi-hat track. Let's So all I'm just going to show you with the groove is that SH means shuffle. There's a few other kind of groove patterns, and so if I have it on shuffle, I think I can adjust the amount from here, first of all. Oh wait. I can adjust it here, but then on each track, you can also adjust how much it differs from the overall setting. So if I want this to be a shuffle, and let's say that I just put it back in the middle here, I can still have the hi-hats be on that shuffle if I increase the groove. And then if you hear the groove change, I'll go through different types. There's half shuffle, which I guess is more subtle and sounds better to me. I don't know what the others do. I just know that I think DA is Danish. And then the description is not very helpful. It's like, make your beats more Danish. So I don't know what this means. What if we make this one also fit that groove? So I still haven't figured out how to like practically use groove, as you might be able to hear, but I'm aware that there's like a lot of these different settings. And I'm curious what they're like, but right now I'm still just getting the hang of just the basics of this, I swear. And let's see. Okay. Oh, I might be able to do some of the drum punch and effects in a second. We'll see though. Right now I'm just still kind of trying to play with some sounds and stuff. Maybe I know a beat that I could use for this. Maybe I'll program it in now. Huh. Sorry, I'm being very picky. But you're on my stream, so I get to be picky, you know? And let's increase the pitch a bit, maybe. Okay, cool. Oh, right, I decreased that a bunch, didn't I? Okay, so let me throw in some delay and stuff and route the... Oh, wait, I want to be on... Here we go. Okay, so let's go back to the instruments track. Maybe we'll do that. There we go. Okay, well, so that's maybe not my favorite kind of bell sound I've made. So let me play with that sound a bit more then and just see if I can make it something I really, really like. Oh, crap. Can I undo that? course not. Now we get to play What Note Was That? Oh. Well, I'm just going to go with those missing notes for now. I don't really care that much, right? Because like I said, I'm hoping to mostly just focus on, you know, actually exploring the engines here. So let's move on to one of my favorites, the Hard Sync, which is their attempt at, I think, a harsher engine based on the description. Oof. Okay, so that's a bit harsh. So let's increase the sub. And then let's add a value to the, what was that? The very first parameter then. Okay. So whatever that is. And let's change the shape. Let me just screw around with this, even though I think I'm about to abandon this pattern, because I'm really not feeling like working on this one today, but that's fine. Oh. Oh, so this is just way out of tune intentionally. And when I say intentionally, I don't mean like my intentions. I mean, the engine just sounds like it's supposed to be out of sync. Let's see. You know what? Let's scramble it. Nope. That's interesting, though. That was fun. Let's just scramble it more. That's cool in its own right. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and save that one. Oh, who needs a better manual when you could just binge watch all my streams and videos? Just kidding. Yeah, the manual could use some work. Let's see. What sounds good now that we've created this weird windy sound? We've created this plucky sound that I'm just going to go ahead and delete now, because like I said, I don't feel like working on that one right now. That's pretty cool. Let's just explore some other engines. Actually, something I've been curious about with the multi-sampler, let me load one of my own presets for this. Here we go. I'm still getting the hang of this. Multi-sampler, and so I've got an acoustic guitar that I sampled in stereo here, and I'm kind of wondering what would happen if I took some of these and I reverse some of them and stuff. Like, it might only make a difference when I'm playing in those ranges, but I'm hoping that it kind of imputes them a bit, or, you know, combines the note information. I don't know. Lovely. So what if I take this one and then I can reverse it, right? Oh, but the problem is it loops on the opposite side. That's good to know, though. I didn't realize that. Huh. So let's bring it back here. That's kind of cool. Okay, so one nice thing is that you can have these really simple tracks, and then let me just extend the crap out of the punch-in effect track. And man, I'm really torn between, let me do the kind of cheap thing and instead use a programmed keyboard, because I'm actually curious if it works same as OPZ. I think it does, but give me 1 second. I almost just broke another mug. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and unplug that. I was just charging it anyway. And here we go. Let me see what we got here. So there's a few things I got to change. Oh, I won't be able to have time to change it. Crap. That's the issue. The issue is that I have this programmed, but it's programmed entirely to send out to a different channel, I think. I don't think I set it to this, but we can try. Oh, I did. Amazing. So this will let me, the way I've got this set up is that this will mute the hi-hats. This will put on one of the, like, dang it, what's the word for it? Fills. This will mute the snare. Oh, no, it doesn't. So clearly I don't have this all down yet, but at the very least I'll use this to mute the hi-hat and the kick. So let's just roll with that for now. Nope, let's try that again. Okay, so something's going on here, and I've screwed something up, so I'm just going to go the normal way now, because I've tried this before. And it's one of those things that works flawlessly off camera, and then I turn on the camera and suddenly I'm incapable of doing it. So let's just use this the other way. So here we go. Let me just start off with the hi-hat. And let me turn off that groove. And let's make this it's actually just those 8 bars. Oh, that wasn't recording, was it? Okay. Let's do something interesting then with this. Let's see what happens if we... What if we like strum it, have it just multiply a few times? What if we have it do it 9 times? Oh, don't be that way. Then less. Does this actually mean... So here's the thing. On The OPZ multiply 9 was made it a split chord, which means that it plays all the notes much slower, one at a time. And multiply 9, at least on XY, says it divides it into 9 trigs, but I'm not sure that I'm actually hearing that. So let's hear what it sounds like divided into 8 trigs. And let's hear what it supposedly sounds like divided into 9 trigs. So what if I slow this down? Is that going to sound more like a strum now? No. So what is... I wonder what's with that. That is just something else that's going to have to go in my notes, I guess. Okay. Let's see. I've totally gotten myself off track because I've just been playing with the sounds here. Let's actually go back to... let's add in the arpeggiator, or... I still don't know... I still don't understand Maestro, though. So, yeah, I'll stick with the arpeggiator for now, at least. That's kind of cool. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just screwing around, right? I'm not actually, like, doing anything here. So I actually have, yes, you can do audio between the two over USB-C without it being an issue. I hope nobody minds if I just go on a little bit of a tangent there just to show that, because this will be quicker than my keyboard that just didn't work. So let me pull out ye old field. Oh my gosh. Well, can't really see them both on the screen because it's so tiny right now, because I've got it zoomed in a ton on the XY because the screen is tiny. So let's... This is fitting. The field is having trouble booting up, so let's restart it. And then we can go through and do a little bit of some of that multi-sampling stuff. So... Or not multi-sampling, but just some of that sampling stuff. So if I wanted to go pull up this kit here, let's make it a drum kit. And I could either sample this in, or I could just set it so that the auxiliary track 5 is listening to the aux, or the USB in. Oops. Sorry about that. And there's a few things I don't fully get here. The difference between level and mix. I read it once, but I didn't like retain it to memory or anything like that. But yeah, super easy to connect to USB. And then the nice part is that, well, if you remember to turn this off, you won't get the feedback. But if you have it on USB on this track and then you turn on USB here for sampling, you're going to get a ton of feedback. Anyway, I guess I wasn't really going anywhere else with that, so I'll just unplug that now. Okay, maybe now I've been like playing around enough that I'm getting kind of antsy, and I think I just want to actually just start making more of a song out of this. So let's see what we can do. So I don't necessarily want this on track 5 because that's usually what I use for bass. So I'm going to copy it, put it on track 6. And we'll see, well, cool. So then on track 5 here, I'm just going to go ahead and clear it. So let's send this to the... Oops. Oh man, I'm still getting the hang of this. Actually, let's mix this a chorus instead. I wish you could scramble the presets or the effects tracks, but you can't. Let's add some tape stuff in here, and let's increase the mix a bit, increase that duration a bit, and then I'm going to put a slow LFO on like the fine tune adjustment, which is the second knob there. So let's parameter 2, and we're gonna make it subtle and slow. Okay, maybe that's not the most beautiful thing, but I'm also going to remove the drums from it. God, man, I am just striking out on this. Let's see. What else would be kind of interesting? You know, honestly, I'm mostly, more than anything, I'm just feeling like starting a new pattern. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that and going to keep, and when I say new pattern, actually, let's just make new tracks here. So I'll just make new, new, new. Okay. Starting over. And now I'm just going to, let's find different instruments. Maybe I'm going to stop doing the whole trying to make my own stuff thing for a sec again. And, because that's the arpeggio. That sounds interesting as an arpeggiator, even with the pop, especially with the popping, actually. I don't know how I feel about all this, but that's fine. And let's take out the punch-in. That's not what I want here, not what I want here. Oh wait, this one doesn't. Okay, never mind. This one happens every time. This one only happens the first time every two. Perfect. I keep messing this stuff up. It's very tricky, especially because, like someone else pointed out, it's like if you're looking for the number 1 through 4, you're going to find it here, here, and here. So it's just kind of tricky. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to do just a little bit more before I probably hop off because I'm recognizing now I'm just really not doing anything today or like anything on the XY. Let's just randomly do this. Let me just spin. Well, I guess we have to enable the filter. That sounds kind of cool. So I'm going to then add a lo-fi one here. And let's, What if I did something like, what if I did something like made it like this, and then I will, can I change the sends as we go through? Oh yeah, probably from here, can't I? So let's start off and let's make it so that this has almost no send there. And then let's make it so that we've got like a lot of send here, and then back down to maybe halfway here. I'm gonna make it so that's nice and evened out, and then maybe I'll do something similar, but maybe opposite for the send to that lo-fi. Oops. Oh man, what did I just do? I just erased that, didn't I? That sounds way cooler than it deserves to. Or maybe it just sounds cool on my headphones, actually. Let me decrease the stereo a little bit for that arpeggiator. So what I'll do here is, oh right, because you can't parameter lock these, right? Yeah, I swear you could in a different firmware, but who knows? Okay, so let's go back here and let's adjust the send to, what did I do before that? Oh, I was in the mixer page. Gosh, that's the issue. I keep forgetting how I'm getting to everything. So on this one, I'm going to set it all the way to lo-fi at the beginning. And then halfway through, it'll be mostly not sending to it. And then it's just going to kind of maybe creep back up slightly. Yeah, let's do that. Cool. I haven't really messed with resampling from the synth engine to a sampler. I know how to do it, and you definitely can, even with the effects on and stuff. Actually, let's just do that right now, just as a sample. So I've got this drum kit that's empty pulled up anyway, and what I can do here is I can just make it so that's the I/O that is recording, but then it's going to record absolutely everything. So maybe, I wonder, is there a way to, no, there's no easy way of soloing while doing something else, is there? Because if we go, well, maybe we can. Let's give it a try. What happened? So there's definitely ways of resampling it with like effects back into the sampler, but I haven't done that, and I'm not doing that because I tend to keep the master and the compression way up, and so then if you do that and resample back in, it's like you're kind of double compressing it, if that makes sense. Like it's running it through this, recording it, and then, you know, playing the sample back again through this. So if I had to guess, my current thought is that eventually I might make like some sort of template specifically for resampling where everything's pretty neutral, but there's a lot of kind of like different ways of sending things and different ways of adjusting the sounds and LFOs. I'm kind of thinking of that, but then I'm like, why don't I just use my OP1? Like I have an OP1, you know, like that's the whole point of it. So I go back and forth on it a bit, but I think it'll be helpful. And someone just asked my favorite question of all time: are there step components in OPXY? Yes, there are. There are a lot of the same ones as in OPZ, which means that because like I don't know if I guess I don't know how many of y'all are from my OPZ audience or whatever, but like step components are kind of my thing. So let's actually, you know what? If you don't mind me changing gears again, let's do a step component-ish track. But let's just keep it with this pattern. So let's go ahead and what would be a good thing to do with step components here? What were the notes I was playing? Oh, so it was just mostly C minor. That was it. Oh, God, I don't even remember what the hell I played. Yeah, I have no clue. Okay. Let's actually instead go ahead and I'm just going to make a new pattern for real this time. And let me just do a bunch of like fun drum stuff because like, again, step components are kind of my specialty. So let's just make a really tiny drum track with a lot of weird tricks. Okay, so I'm going to make these. So what I just did is I made it set each of these is worth a quarter note. And so I'll add a multiply 3, maybe. So I'm going to have this play the first of every 4 times. And let's do one of my favorite tricks here. Let's change this to 2. Oh, this is much quieter, isn't it, because of that? So let's turn this all up. So let me look to see some questions here. So are there trigless trigs for filter resets or sample parameter switching? Oh, I think I see what you mean. So kind of. The hard part though, is like you can, I could just show you here. So if I were to just keep these right here and here, and let me just do my little step component thing, I'm going to have the first 6 times, I guess, right? Maybe, I don't know. It's going to jump back to 1. And then here, the first time, it's going to jump back to 2. And so we'll have my like step component thing here. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so no, that was awful. Dear God. So are there trigless trigs for hard filter resets or sample? I still am not totally sure. Do you just mean like parameter locks? There are parameter locks, but I'll be honest, sometimes they work best if there's already a note on the step, which I know is not a trigless trig, but sometimes you don't need that. So that's what's kind of confusing to me is if I let's erase this track. If I just, let's just, I guess, do this. And I'm going to take it from way down here. And then if I put it here where there's no step on it, I could make this be the destination. I could use the shape to smooth it out. The only downside is that once you smooth it out, you can't do those just really dramatic changes because you can't sequence or automate the smoothing out thingy. What's it called again? Shape. So yeah, it's actually, oh right, you can't even do that with the drums. God. So there's a lot of glitches. We're still holding out hope for some of them being fixed. Really, one of my to-dos this weekend is to make a list of them to send over. And so what I'll do here is I'm going to have this one be 0, and let's make this one be, yeah, you see, it won't necessarily let you do it. And so I'm not sure what's with that. But if I go here, it will let me automate that parameter. So wild. So if I just do it like this with shape like this, it'll change very, very rapidly. But if I do it with shape partly smoothed out, it'll smooth between this step and this step. So I don't know if you could see it increasing, but it is. But so you can kind of do it, but not really. I'm a little bit disappointed by that. But the good news is that maybe on like effects tracks, I believe that that's totally doable. Let's do it really dramatically here. And let's increase that shape to smooth it out. I wish that default were maximum, and I wish the default quantization weren't maximum. The one downside is that it doesn't seem to look ahead to the next step. So let me go on this step, and is there a way of clearing things from just this step like there was on OPZ? Of course not. Okay, well, it cleared it anyway that time. So what I want to show you is that if I bring that first one all the way up there, so it starts down here, it's going to go all the way up. It's not going to go back down before this first trigger because for whatever reason, it's not looking ahead to the start of the pattern. That's another thing on my list. Oh, somebody asked, are templates global? There's not really templates. When I say a template, I just mean like a project. And I thought initially you could save project folders, but I haven't found a way to be able to add any folders here. So I think you just have factory user and autosave, which, to use a technical term, sucks. Because I was hoping to be able to be like, okay, here are like my like daily beats that I'm just screwing around with on the couch. Here's like works in progress. Here's cover songs. But no, not so much. Let's see. What else have people asked? Can you resample into the drum engine? Yes, totally. And oh yeah, I started to do that, but I got carried away. So let's just do that now for fun. So now, so this step is now all that stuff. And if I wanted to, I could then take off all those effects and I could still have this sample. How loud is the speaker? It is much quieter than the field, and I'm not really sure why. Even if you max out a lot of those settings, it's just way quieter. And it's not unusual for me to have the volume like almost at halfway when I have my headphones in, which is not the case on OP1 field unless you want to like severely damage your ears or something. So yeah, I don't know. That was one of the bigger disappointments for me. Well, not disappointment exactly, but oh yeah, disappointment, because I was like, oh sweet, I've got a OPZ that has a really nice speaker, and I'm like, oh, I really got to crank this, don't I? So I went ahead and did the logical thing and bought the $80 M1 headphones. And no, I didn't get those for free. I just was like, I need these, you know. It's stupid consumerism, right? And then here I am promoting it. Anyway, we're very off topic now. Let's see if anybody's asked anything else. Maybe if you could connect it to the computer and create a folder, they will show up. I've tried that, and in fact, I believe right now there are several folders in both this parent folder and in the user folder, and you can't see any of them right here. So just kind of unfortunate. You know, this is going to be probably the dumbest thing I could do right now, but I'm still at the point where I can't really stream for much longer than 45 minutes without just getting really, like, not bored, but antsy. Like I need a break for a second. And so what I might do is I want to see if we get copyright struck for the cover I'm working on that I'm hoping to release today or tomorrow. The only downside is, I think I mentioned this, that I realized I used most of the onboard samples for this, which kind of defeats the purpose of showing off what XY can do. So here's what it sounds like right now, just because, yeah, you know, fun. I don't know why I pulled this up. It just sounded fun, and I wanted to show off for a second because I'm not feeling like making something for a second. There's still some kinks to work out here. Yes, I've been saying XX on the XY. Exactly. All right, yeah. Take it easy, y'all. I'm probably going to go ahead and take off because, yeah, I'm sort of out of the energy for doing creative stuff publicly. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, super grateful. And I will see you all next time, hopefully. All right, take care, everyone.